here's what I think about WoW coming to console, okay? So, with the simplification of everything, the pruning, everything like that coming in midnight, I kind of had a, I could kind of see the writing on the wall, right? That they were trying to build it geared toward console. So, do I think that's a bad thing or a good thing? Well, personally, I think it's a good thing. Okay, so having the, like, for example, I'll show you my class, right? Like Death Knight, the class that I play right now, there is so many multipliers and modifiers and things you need to watch. Like, I'll just show you. So, Rotten Touch is a buff that I need to be paying attention to, playing around. Reaping, you can kind of play around that and plan certain abilities around that. Plaguebringer is a buff that I need to maintain all the time. Death Rod is a buff I'm trying to maintain all the time. Festermite is another buff I'm trying to maintain all the time. I'm trying to maintain my necrotic wounds all the time, etc., right? The list of modifiers, it honestly, it keeps going, right? And that's just one spec, one class. I don't speak for every class. But, so the thing about that is that, I'm going to be honest, 99.9% of people aren't going to maximize that, right? They're not going to maximize that. Even myself as a multi-rank 1 Death Knight, sometimes I'm not even paying attention to all of them, you know what I mean? Like, I'll let my Death Rot fall or something sometimes, you know? So there's no way the mass majority of the majority of the public or anything like that is maintaining or paying attention to even like 50% of it, or playing it close to its potential. So by simplifying that, I think that's good for, honestly, 99% of the players. Not only that, but another reason that I think the console is going to be good is because WoW has a dwindling player base, right? Like, everyone's getting older, they have kids, their life, whatever. Some people, something happens that causes them to move on, right? So it's just, it has the same player base, and it essentially just dwindles over time, okay? So if they put WoW on consoles, there's a chance in my head, between the simplification and putting WoW on the consoles, there's a chance where I see it potentially drawing in Zoomers, right? Like the younger audience. They'll be like, hey, you know, some people that wouldn't necessarily ever try it will try it. And then, you know, maybe they like it. And then they tell their other friends in school and they're like, hey, you got an Xbox? You know, we could play this game together. And then all of a sudden, we potentially have a new influx of players. So instead of just a dwindling player base that eventually, you know what I mean, fizzles, it'll probably never die, right? But it'll just dwindle. Anyways, it could potentially add fuel to that instead of it dwindling down. So I think it coming to console and everything like that is worth it. I know some people are mad about the add-on prune and the simplifications and stuff like that. And, you know, from some people's perspective, I understand it, right? Like, if you're a rank 1 player and you are maintaining all those things, like, that gives you the edge over a more casual player, right? So if that's gone, then you guys are kind of on a more even playing field, and the outplays become different, right? It becomes based on game knowledge, positioning, etc., as opposed to, you know, playing around 9 modifiers and stuff like that. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Yeah, so I don't really think that's a bad thing necessarily for 99% of the population. But yeah, so that's basically my take on that. I think it's going to be good for the game. I think it's going to be fun. I think WoW has been basically the same for the last 3 expansions, more or less. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it, honestly. Super excited for it. And I hope it brings a lot of new people. So there's my take on Midnight coming to console and kind of the prune and everything like that. So.